Morning, Chris. Can you hear my audio? I want to check it out on YouTube before I go on Twitter with it. Morning, Josh. All right, everything sounds good. We can go on Twitter and not look like morons today, guys. Yeah, I was playing around with some stuff over the weekend to get everything the best setup that I can find here for us. It was a disaster on Friday, so there'll be no more of that. But yeah, now that everything's good, people won't think we're complete morons. We can start trading. Yeah, follow this guy's trade. He don't even know how to work a mic. All right, give me 1 second. I'll start this on Twitter too, guys. We're gonna have a good day. I already feel it. I think we're gonna pop above 5,900 and rally. All right, 2 minutes until market open, guys. But we're not really going to be trading until the first 15 anyway. But we're up here nice and early this morning. Nothing's going to get by us, and we're going to hit everything. Really, how you start a Monday kind of sets the tone for the week. So we can be red on Monday, but small red. I mean, if we follow our rules, keep our wrists nice and tight, we're still set up nicely for the week. But if we go rogue today and just start slapping things blindly because we're eager from the weekend, then we're going to be pulling out of a hole the rest of the week. So Monday is one of the most important days in the market. So we are in no rush, guys. I told you guys I switched over from Zen to Alp. Um, a lot of people have been telling me to switch to Alp for quite a while, but I like to stick with something. And then the opportunity presented itself. One of my buddies gave me some Alp, and I was like, oh my God, I've been missing out. Um, I think it's a lot cleaner. I think it tastes better, and you still get the good nicotine effects. Still the Alp threes. I'm not switching that, guys. I told you this is a science. I'm not switching the formula. I'll just switch the brand. All right, we got market open here. We bust above that 5,900 level that I was telling the early people on the YouTube stream that I think we're going to do. Um, so now I want to see how we react above this. And what I would like to happen is, well, it's always one of two things, right? I would either like for 5,900 to be our base, meaning that stays our launch pad, that we can kind of bounce off of that, look for entries close to 5,900, or we completely just demolish right under 5,900 and it becomes resistance. Either way, I think 5,900 is a very key psychological level for us today. This is always the one of the hardest parts of the day, guys, is the first few minutes of market open and everything's, either popping up or down in an insane fashion. That's when the jitters come in, you get a little bit of FOMO, you're like, "Am I missing out? Am I missing out on all this?" You're not. Um, that's actually one of the reasons that really up until today, I've been starting the stream at 9:45, 15 minutes past that. That way it doesn't even give us a chance to be antsy or make a mistake. Um, I started it a little bit early today, just in case there were going to be any technical issues, then we would have the full 15 minutes to get it lined out. But in my opinion, guys, the first 15 minutes is psychologically and mentally the hardest part that you're going to deal with each day as a trader. Just because, I mean, there's so much temptation there. I mean, you can make thousands in a matter of seconds, but you got to remember you can lose thousands in a matter of seconds. So, if you can just force yourself to be nice and strict. um, Sometimes you don't have to wait the full 15 minutes. Like if you're 10 minutes in, 11, 12 minutes in, and like you see kind of the way that it's going, if you put a good tight stop loss on, you can trade it a little bit early. I mean, you can trade it right now if you want. I'm not going to stop you, but I'm just talking about me, the way that I view things. Um, that's the thing. All we can ever do is talk about our own rules, our own trading psychology, what works for me, what I've seen work for others in the past. But again, I mean, you guys are well and free to trade it right now and slap on 20 contracts and, alhamdulillah if you want to. But if you guys do develop a little bit of discipline and, you can wait the first 10, 15 minutes, I think the picture gets a lot more clearer and it becomes less of a risk, in my opinion. Trading's always a risk. I mean, each trade you take, no matter what, you have um, an equal chance of losing. But we're not going to lose today, guys. We are going to knock the market out today. Yeah, that's right, Chris. I mean, you could hit your target immediately. You're like, all right, this is amazing. I'm done for the day. 5-minute work day. But then oftentimes what happens to some people too is like, all right, I only traded 5 minutes. I'm bored. What am I going to do the rest of the day? The market's still moving. I can make money. And then you enter into like a little bit of Superman mode trading. You think that you can't miss. And then some of your good solid rules go out the door because everything you're doing is hitting. There's a little bit of luck behind that. And it kind of skews your actual trading plan. Um, but you could lose thousands. You're absolutely right. Yeah, what's the question? Go ahead. And for the monitors that I'm using, Derek asked that. I'm using the Samsung the Ultra Wides. I have two of those. It varies by trade. That's a good. You got a good 2 to 1 right there if you do that, Chris. 10-point take profit, 5-point stop loss. If you can stick to that, I mean, over the course of you know weeks and months, I think you'll end up being profitable. I mean, if you stick to that every single trade, I believe that you will. Um, but every trade's a little bit different, and then sometimes you have to adjust it on the fly. You have to sometimes if you see price stalling out, you might have to take your profit a little bit before your take profit, or if you see, price absolutely just ripping, you might want to take your profit off and then let it ride a little bit. So you're always, as a trader, you're always adjusting as we're getting new data and information. Like our job as traders is to process the data that the market is giving us as fast as possible. So, um, you know, whatever we're seeing happening right now, it might be a different story 30 seconds from now, and you have to be able to adjust on the fly to that. Yeah, exactly. That's a good baseline, Chris. That's absolutely right. If you want to make that your baseline, I think that's fantastic. Whenever you take a trade, if you go ahead and set those parameters as your default, then I believe you're going to be pretty good at doing this. I think the people that blow accounts and lose are the ones that they have no baseline to start with. They don't even have like a starting point guideline. They're like, all right, well, I'm just going to put this trade on. I don't know where I would stop out at, and I don't know where I would take profit at. If you already have an idea going into it and you're adjusting that idea, like making little tweaks to it, I think that's perfect. And if you guys on Twitter are watching and you want to like start chatting with us, then pop into the YouTube chat as well. I see the YouTube chat very quickly. I'm not seeing any chats coming through on Twitter right now. So if you want to talk with us, ask questions or anything, then the YouTube chat is working great. Yeah, I do think YouTube is better than Twitter, but I know Twitter is convenient for a lot of people because I mean, all right, I see test coming through. We're good on Twitter too. It's just your all's preference. That's why I'm doing these dual streams. Some people prefer YouTube, some prefer Twitter, so we'll keep it on both. So we held that 5,900 pretty well. Like I was saying this morning, I did anticipate us busting above that 5,900. I think we put in, some decent candles that 5,900 will hold for us today. And now we're right back to that 5,920 area. So same logic that I initially had at 5,900. Let's see if 5,920 rejects down hard and we're going to play within the level of 5,900 to 5,920, or if we can pop above that 5,920 and really rally today. That's what I'm looking for. All right, so we've got the first 10 minutes in, still no trades. We're just being nice and strict, like I've been saying, guys. Um, I do want to see how 5910 holds, and then maybe go back up for a retest of 5920. But I think I want to let it develop a little bit more to confirm that's not just going to be the reject of 5920, and then we're going to have a down day actually. Um, because I do think if 59.20 breaks, there'll be plenty of room to go to the upside. But, obviously if it doesn't break, we're gonna go pretty hard down. All right, I'm putting on my first starter right here with the plan to go test 59.20 again. Put a stop loss down here, right below. Okay, what's going on there? Stop loss right below 59.05. My bias, well, I'm in a long position right now. I wouldn't exactly call it a bias. I'm just reading the price action that's happening on the morning so far. We held 5,900. Well, sorry, we broke back above 5,900 this morning. That was A. And then we came up, tested 59.20, pulled back a little bit, held 59.10. So I'm just using that as my, key to think that we're going to test 59.20 again. One second, guys. Looks like something happened with my connection here. Just give me one second. Not with the stream, but with my charts. There we go. We're back. I thought that was a little bit weird. So yeah, I'm still in that long position. Just looking to go break 59.20. And I'm still gonna set my stop down here. 59.0475. And I set my stop at right under 59.05. Because if that happens, that would be, a breakdown of 59.10 area that I'm playing off of, and we would be approaching pretty dang close to that 5,900 area. and I just wouldn't want to risk flushing under that in a hard way. So for me, I'm okay with putting a 5 point stop on this one. I need to check this connection. Something's not exactly right. There we go. Yeah, something weird is going on with my connection too. It just could be a little volumetric issue this morning. 1 second, let me. I'll get this figured out, guys. All right, I sent you a little text about the connection, guys. So things should be good. So again, took a little stab to the long side there in anticipation we break 59.20. Kept a tight stop. So now I'm just waiting for a reset. Down $200 on that little scalp. Basically break even. Kept it nice and tight. So I'll wait for a better confirmation now. Yeah, see, we're popping back to this 5,900 area. So I'm glad that I kept my stop right there at 59.05, saved myself 5 points. Um, you know, Sometimes you guys will see, like last week, the tight stops might have stopped me out a little bit too early sometimes, but then on times like this, the tight stop saved me some points. So, it's just, I do think over the long term, if you keep really good risk management, you make more money in the end. We're coming down, testing that open range low area. Let's see if we can get a proper breakdown under it. I'll take a stab short here, anticipating we're going to break down under it. Um, Put my stop loss back above this candle right there. Actually, I'll move it just a hair up at 59.05. Come on down. Nice. All right, I went ahead and took my profit there a little bit early, guys, just to kind of offset that first scalp that I did. So now one small loss, one small win. We erased any loss that we had on that first one. Slightly in the green now, and now we're going to be looking to play off of this 5,900 level. We're not going to dig ourselves a hole this morning, so we're going to jab our way to some nice little wins on the board, and then build ourselves a pretty nice day today. Yeah, second one broke his nose. Yeah, I mean, the second jab we threw was definitely a better punch than the first one. But again, the first one, I would throw it again. I mean, we kept a very tight stop loss. It did look good when we took it. That jab was just a miss, but we're on the leaderboard now. We're still only 20 minutes into market open, so we still have plenty of time to find a really solid setup. And Steve was talking about this a little bit on Friday, which I talked about it with you guys too. But you know, you got to be very willing to switch your bias very quickly. Like our first scalp that we threw on, we thought we were going to go bullish and break above 59.20. That didn't happen, so immediately we just tossed that plan out the window. We don't try to keep averaging down and bag hold anything, and then we switched to the downside, and now we made that first one back plus a little bit. All right, I'm gonna put another short starter on here. I would like to push down a little bit more under this red candle too. Come on, just give me a little bit more of a drop. Or if we could come up a little bit higher, test that open range low area at 58.96, then I might put another one on. I always start out the morning with little small, slow positions just to get my thing going, guys. But I am looking to push down under these previous two candles here. Just a little push down under those, and I'll take it off. Come on down. I might have missed the opportunity on that upper wick right here to add into this, but that's okay. I still have one on. Okay, just looking for a little bit more to the downside, and I'll be happy with this. Okay. Take it right there. We're dancing around a little bit around this area, so just went ahead and locked in a quick little win right there. Yeah, we got some data coming out here in 2 minutes, guys. So we're on the board. We got a little bit of money in our pockets. Um, we haven't done anything bad whatsoever, and we're just waiting to get some better range. We had that really nice reject up there. Um, you know, hindsight's 2020. It'd have been nice to get short up here and ride this down, but I'm happy with what we've done so far. So about 30 more seconds, guys, and then we get this 10 a.m. candle. I think after that 10 a.m. candle, things will get a lot more clear for us. Good job, franchise. 577 on the day so far. That's pretty good. I mean, it's pretty early in. That's a great job. Yeah, here was that candle, guys, that, it's pretty volatile. So I'm just waiting for a minute. The data candle is out. We had the right idea on the short, definitely. Um, Obviously left a lot of profit on the table. But green is green, guys. I mean, as long as we're putting base hits on the board, then at the end of the day, if we just do a base hit over and over and over, it adds up to a really nice day, trust me. I want to dip a little bit under 58.70 if we can. Looking for that. Yeah, that's the thing, Patrick. Never regret selling before data because you don't know what the data is going to be. You don't know how the market's going to react to whatever the data is. So it's variables that you don't know. So yeah, I mean, I'm never going to be in a data candle. Okay. I'm gonna put another short on right here, and I'm gonna put a stop loss right there above this red sell-off candle. Looking to sweep more lows, guys, is what I'm looking to do here. I'll pull this down a little bit with me now to the top of that wick of the candle that we just had. Try to let this thing bleed out some. Yeah, Chris, this is the 2-minute chart. If you go to the up near the top left, you can adjust the chart to any minute that you want. I mean, you can even make it a 5-second chart if you wanted to. Don't know who would do that, but I mean, just saying if you wanted to, you could. Okay. That stop was hit right there. Um, if we reclaim above 58.90, then it's got a chance to go test the 5900 area again. My stop might have been a little bit too tight right there. Um, and if so, I'll readjust for that in a second. And like I tweeted about yesterday, guys, never be afraid to throw a jab out there with a very tight stop loss. Because worst case scenario, you barely lose any money. And then best case scenario, you keep stacking up wins on the board. All right. I'm taking a stab long now that we're breaking above this red structure right here. So just throwing another jab out there, guys, is all I'm doing. Would like to get here. Put this stop loss down here at that structure. Put another one on, guys. Would like to just bust through 59, or sorry, 58.90 and then go test as close to 5,900 as we can. That's why I got my take profit right there, a little bit under 5,900. If your order button is not working, Geo, then just make sure that at the top of your charts, when it shows the connection feed, that the button is green. Could be an issue of refreshing your connection is all. I'm gonna move my stop loss, give it a little bit more grace down here to right at 58.80. Just because I don't want to get early stopped out is all. Come on, let's do the thing. Give it just a little bit more of a shove and we're good. Would like to pop back into the open range, guys. If we can pop back into the opening range, we might be onto something here. We got some momentum trying to push us up. We just need a little bit more of a push here, guys. If we can get above 58.90 and hold it for a second, that'll be a confirmation for me to maybe add another one and push a little bit more size here. All right, put another one. Come on, send it for us. Let's go. Come on. Take one back off to lock in a little bit and be safe right there. I'm just doing live time risk management, guys. Just looking for a quick push above 58.95 is all I'm looking for. If you guys have VWAP on your charts, we are right at VWAP right now. So we're kind of stalling a little bit because this is an important spot for us. I'm gonna pull my stop up to right there. Come on, a little bit more. There we go. All right, take profit hit, guys. Um, you know, we were jabbing all morning until we could get some confirmation here. You know, we threw a jab first, we missed it. We threw a jab again, we hit it, and then we were just kind of dancing around a little bit. We saw better opportunity, so you guys saw me put some more size on right there. So now we're up $700 in each account. Again, I'm copy trading 3 accounts. So in total up $2,100 on the morning so far. And I'm happy with taking profit right there. Like I said, I was just looking for a quick little push above 58.95, and that's exactly what we got. Um, so now we're gonna just sit here and wait for the next formation to present itself, and then we'll try again. Not too bad, guys. Not bad. What's up, Stat Matt? It's going pretty decent today. We've got a few trades under our belts. Um, good solid risk management as always. I'm up 700 in each account, so 2,100 on the day. Now I'm just waiting for either a confirmation of a 5,900 break or a breakdown under 58.80. Um, Looking for either of those two things to happen. If you guys on Twitter could do me a favor and repost this stream, I would appreciate it. There's been something going on with Twitter for the last week or so, guys, that some visibility is being suppressed. So we have 1,000 people this morning watching with us, which I appreciate you guys. Um, but if you guys could do me a favor and retweet that, I'd greatly appreciate that as well. And let's make some more money here today, guys. Um, what we're doing is we're testing back into the opening range area. We're right at open range lows. Um, I'm going to put another long on in anticipation that we're going to get the 5,900 break. And I'm not going to be greedy with it, guys. I'm just going to put a take profit right here at 59.01. Almost the same logic in this trade as the last one. I'm just looking to push slightly above a certain area, take my profit, and be happy with it. We're at the 5,900 test right here. I just want to push slightly above that 5,900. There we go. I'll take that as well. So now we're up 980 in each account. So about 3,000 on the morning so far. We're approaching an hour in. Can't be too disappointed in that, guys. Cannot be too disappointed in that so far. How are you guys doing? Like on Twitter and YouTube? Are you guys green? Are we making money together? How's it going out there? And again, this is, case in point, what my tweet was yesterday. Like, I don't mind throwing out a couple little jabs, within reason. If they don't hit, they don't hit. I know that I have a winning strategy over the course of the day. So I'll keep throwing my jabs, and when an opportunity presents itself, if the market drops one of its hands, then I might put a little bit more behind the jab, and then make up for everything. All right, chat is green. Okay, I like it. So now we're using 5,900 as our psych level, guys. In that last trade that we just did, I said I just wanted to push slightly above 5,900. That's what we did. So now I want to let it see if it drops back under 5,900. And either I can do the same trade again, or if I see a lot of selling come in, I know that we might push back to the downside. Good job, Brian. I'm glad that you're learning on here. That's the goal of this. The goal is, well, to make money. I mean, that's goal number one. And then goal number two is for you guys to be learning. Done for the day, stat bet. I like it. Yeah, we're green today, guys. I had a feeling when I woke up that we were going to have a green day. That reminds me, this alp has been in long enough now. We'll ditch that one. Give myself a minute here and we'll pop another one. So I'm just texting Steve, guys, the CEO of Halcyon. It wasn't a Halcyon issue; it was a Volumetrica issue this morning. They're aware, should be corrected. I just want to keep you guys updated on that. So everything, all should be good on that. That's whatever platform that you're trading on. It doesn't matter if it's, your personal account, prop, any prop that you're on, whatever platform, Tradeovate, Volumetric, it doesn't matter. There's going to be little issues sometimes that they just come up, and that's part of a trader, no matter what job you have, any job, some days your equipment's not working, if you're in an office, maybe the printer's not working one day, or whatever your job is, there's going to be little things that pop up like that. But overall, I think Volumetrica is one of my favorite platforms that I've ever traded on, just because it's the ease of use, all the tools that it gives us, and it looks pretty freaking clean. So, I had a slight issue this morning. I had to refresh my connection, but one little hiccup, and I'm good with mine. You love Volumetrica too? Yeah, it's the sickest platform. The built-in copy trader just makes it incredibly easy to, in my opinion, have good risk management, turn your copy trading on very easily, and you can really double up your profits if you do have multiple accounts. and you don't have to take crazy size on any one singular account. I think, in my opinion, my experience with prop firms and seeing other traders the way that they trade them. Let's say you have one account and you're like, all right, well, fine, I'm going to make $10,000 today. Um, it's a little difficult to do off of one account if you haven't built up your drawdown. And people will just take insane contract size on one account, and then you'll just blow through the account on one red candle. So copy trading does it's the best of both worlds. It lets you trade, within reasonable size, and then still hit those large days like you're looking for. Like me, you guys are watching. I'm just throwing jabs out there mainly. Good solid risk management, and over my three accounts, we're up 3 grand on the day. Not too bad. Triple Zen. I have plenty of Zen sitting here on my desk. What I got? 8. I got 9. Hold on here. I got 9 Kansas Zen sitting here with me, but I'll have to get through those eventually. I'm on the Alp now, so I got 9 Kansas Zen, 1 can of Alp in here. I got plenty more Alp in my living room. Um, if I go through 10 cans of nicotine pouches this morning, then I think I have a serious addiction, and you guys should go check me into rehab somewhere, and I'll be back in 2 weeks. As much as I think nicotine has a lot of benefits for neurological effects, for focus with trading. If I'm going through 10 cans in an hour, then guys, please somebody call and report me that I need some serious help. I'd like to come back down a little bit close to that 5,900 area and then maybe look for another long. I'm gonna put a starter on because I don't want this thing to get away from me and go completely break this top structure without me. Um, I want to add 2 or 3 contracts if we get down to 5,900. So I am putting an early starter out there, guys. I'm very well aware of that. Um, you know, Depending on how much drawdown and buffer you guys got, you might want to wait closer to that 5,900 level because that's where I'm going to add some more. I'm just throwing on a starter right now. And I've talked about this all last week and many times too. Me personally, I never try to bottom tick or top tick anything to get the exact precise entry. I'm very much a market structure trader. I look at kind of what's going on, and what's going on right now is over the course of the last, you know, 30 minutes, we've been in a pretty strong bullish trend. So taking that information, knowing that we've been in a pretty strong bullish trend, I'm thinking that the trend is going to stay what it's been doing the last 30 minutes. So, I just want to be in that trend. And then if I get a little bit of a better entry in a form of a pullback or whatever it might be, then I can add to that. So, that's why I don't mind, maybe not having the cleanest or the most precise entry. I just want to be with the trend. Like to push up to this 59.10 area is kind of what I'm looking for. 59.10.75 looks good to me. A little bit more. Come on now. Just like that, guys. And that's like that's why I was saying right there, I don't really stress that much about getting the exact clean pinpoint entry because if I know what the trend has been doing and I'm very well aware of the market structure, I just want to be going with that market structure because things like that happen. And then I would be the dummy that's like, oh man, like I knew that it was going to go up, but I was trying to penny pinch. I wanted, 5 ticks lower. So, not saying that's wrong. I mean, that will sometimes make you more money. That will protect you a lot of times. But for me personally, I'm okay with my risk and I know what works for me. So I don't try to overly stress about the exact pinpoint entry. Thanks, guys. That was a pretty good trade. We're jabbing our way to a nice spot this morning. How long have I been training MMA? So I started training MMA when I was 17. So when I was 17 is when I first really got into martial arts and training. Never really stopped. So I had a nice run with an amateur career in MMA. Won a couple titles in amateur MMA. Um, Won a boxing competition. Um, so I had fun with it. I never had a goal to try to go and be a UFC fighter or make that my career because you can make more money trading, in my opinion. And that just I didn't want to be a full-time fighter or anything. So I was happy with my amateur career and training. It brought me a lot of cool benefits. Well, good morning, Meredith. The chat's waiting. Have you bought your Zen yet? We're not going to let up until you post photos that you have Zen. And since you've made us wait this long, Meredith, you got to do the Zen sixes. No threes for you. Not a bad morning so far, guys. Could I have taken more size on some of those? Certainly. I mean, I have the buying power to do so, but like I was saying very early on this stream, Mondays are one of the most important days in the market psychologically for in my opinion, because it sets the course of the week. I mean, if you have a bad Monday, then you're going to be kind of chasing and trying to get everything back the rest of the week, and you're not really thinking clearly. You're just trying to, go in chase mode, and that can keep digging you a bigger hole, in my opinion. So my size has been a little bit lighter this morning, but 1,200 in each account. 3,600 total on the day. Um, Not too shabby for a Monday. Got my double 9 milligrams in. Dude, I would be spinning if I had two 9 milligrams in. I promise you guys wouldn't want to follow any trade I was doing if that's what I had in. Let's go, Patrick. He took accounts red to green today. That's what we like. That's my goal of this morning stream, guys, is just to teach you guys a good, solid risk management, throw in some trading psychology, throw in some personal trades of my own, and then let's get these accounts passed for you guys. I do think the Halcyon accounts, I think they're the best trading environment that they don't restrict you guys. You can truly trade freely. Your only job is to not, blow through a lot of drawdown, and if you can do that job, I mean, there's really no rules in the trading. And I think you guys can make a lot of money doing this. I know a lot of you guys are coming over from options. And I put out that thing about ES and SPY. It's the same chart, guys. I mean, if whatever trade you're doing for SPY would 100% correlate directly to ES, it moves in unison. However, with ES, you don't have any time decay, you don't have any BS contract selection that you got to worry about. It's a lot smoother, in my opinion. And, some people make the argument like, oh, trading on props, that's not real money, it's paper trading. That's not true. Like I'm trading on the ultra accounts, and it's whatever I make, I get 100% of it. There's 100% profit split in the ultra account. So I'm not risking my own money, and whatever I make, I keep 100% of it. Seems like a pretty good deal to me. The other account sizes, you keep 90% of it. So you make 1,000, you take 900. It's very real money, guys. It's just I think there's a lot of people that there's a lot of there's been some not so good prop firms out there that have crazy rules that try to never give people their money, which is I don't like anything about that. That's why I got involved with Halcyon to begin with, because I think prop firms are a way to make insane money. I mean, I'm doing it. I see a lot of other people doing it, and I think if you have the right trading environment, it can help a lot of people out, guys. But do your research on what they are, see if they're right for you, and then, uh, like I said, if not, still trade with us anyway. I mean, if you're still trading SPY options, all the trades we're doing on here directly works with SPY options too. Yeah, we're looking at the chart right here. We need to come back down and properly test 5,900, or we need to get back above 5,910. Yeah, there you go. That's how you do it. Trade futures with your prop account, and then if you want to trade your personal with SPY, do that as well. I mean, it's they truly do move the exact same. I traded SPY options for years and years. I mean, I did quite well at them, and then when I started dabbling with the ES futures, I was like, oh, so every skill that I've learned with spa is the exact same thing here, but I can actually make more money and not have as many headaches. So for me, it makes a lot of sense, but you know, do both. There's nothing wrong with still training spa options either. I'm gonna put a short on in anticipation that we break under this structure right here. My stop loss right here. I want to come back down and touch that open range low area, guys. I feel like we need to come back down and touch 5,900. Um, so that's why I'm anticipating that we might do that. And if not, whatever, a paper cut. Little stop right there. Still up 1,000 on each account. Um, I'm okay with it. I'm gonna go test 59.10 now. I'll switch my bias over to the long side. No problem. Get my trend line out here, guys. There we go. If we can pop above that trend line, then I'll add to the position. If not, then no biggie. Just looking for a trend line pop here. Kind of like that. I'll take it off right there. Made everything back right there from that tiny little loss that I just did. Um, I'm okay with it. So a wash trade. It is looking like 59.20 might be on deck for the day, though, guys. I just want to be safe right there. Lock that back in. The account is at daily highs. Um, I'm not too upset with the morning. And in case we are going to be playing like little games right here, sometimes this approaching this hour, you start dancing around, consolidating quite a bit. So I just removed myself from the circus, basically, is what I did. All right. With that being said, guys, we're up. You know, right at 4 grand total across all accounts today. So I'm gonna go ahead and take a coffee break on the morning, and I'll probably do some more trading in the next hour or two. I'll be putting it on Twitter. But hopefully you guys are all green today. We did get some good solid trades. Um, for a Monday, this is as good as we could hope. So thank you guys, and we'll be right back at it tomorrow and every other day.